Hi, Matt. Can you hear me? I have Jupiter at about F40. I was going to try, this is with the MallinCam 5X Barlow on the DS2.3. The red spot is actually rolling off the disc right now. It's not, it's guessing where it's going to be. It's yeah, this is the best I've seen it. And right now Jupiter's how high? Let's see. Sky Tool says Jupiter is only 30 degrees up, so it's not very high in the sky. And I've tried tweaking focus. I think it's as sharp as I'm going to get it. Grab me another video. No, not doing any of that stuff yet. I did been playing with contrast and gamma. Right now I have contrast maxed, and gamma's 1.3. Let's see, where's the histogram? Histogram's a default. There's And if I drive up the histogram and start clipping data, I'm gonna go back to the default histogram. I could try, let's see now, live stack, planetary, average, 5, enable. Let me go set the affinity. Oh, test manager, MallinCam sky, details, set affinity, no processor, processor 3, go. Don't know. Don't know. I'm doing it's doing an average stack of 5 right now. I just set the affinity to 1 CPU. And I do have the sharpness set at 194%. I could lower that a little bit. Let's see what, oh, lowered. Let me turn off the average stacking. I don't know if that's a dot on my screen or there's something on the dirt or something on the sensor right in the upper right center of Jupiter is a white dot, a black dot. Yeah. Let me move the planet off of that dot. I guess I have some dirt on this brand new Barlow. Got in the 5X and the 3X from rock. There's a spot of dirt. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see that dark area right on the lower equatorial belt, the dark area. Let me try and get another, I'm going to try the 3X Barlow, the one like you have. I just heard the pop. I'll be there in a second. I'm changing Barlows. What did you say? Oh, hi, Bob. Yeah, I'm changing from the 5X Barlow to the 3X. Let's see what happens. The 5X is a short Barlow. The 3X is a long one. Okay. So now I got the 3X in. Let me refocus and change exposure. So I'm at f24. Let me see. Change the exposure. Okay, let me move it towards the center maybe. Let me refocus. Okay. Actually look better with the 5X Barlow than the 3X. Let's see. Let me see, maybe where's the histogram? Oh, the histogram was default. I think it's bottomed out. Son of a gun. Let me take that 2-inch extension tube out and see what happens. I had 5.5 inches of extension tubes in. I think I lost it. Where'd it go? Son of a gun. What happened? Okay. Let me rotate it in the field of view. Which way did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Focus, focus, focus. Yeah, well, it's getting higher. It's like 30 degrees up. I'm right at. God, come on, focus. I got the focus erect all the way out, and I was just short of getting focus. Let's see. Okay, so let's see if I can get it centered again. North is not north. So flip it north and south. Okay, north now. No, it was wrong. So it should go, what? Switch north and south. Okay. That's about the best I can get right now. I'm gonna grab another recording. I'm going to change this description because the description is not exactly right. Let me change. I'm at F20. Three times F24. With okay, F24. It may not be perfectly orthogonal. I have a 3.5-inch extension tube in, and then I have that long 3x Barlow. So the camera is about 7 inches out from the back of the focuser draw tube. Well, let me see. I'm going to play with the sharpness now. Sharpness is where at 90%. I just pushed the sharpness all the way to max. That's probably too much. I'm going to go to about 250, which is about half. Now let's see what happens when where's black level? Black level's at 3. I like it at 3. Let me try a little bit lower. 2. Now I go back to 3. And then back to the default on histogram. And then let's go back here. Right now contrast is at 93. I've gone to 100. Gamma. Gamma's at 1.4. I'm going to boost the brightness a little bit. And where's the saturation? Let me try tweaking focus a little bit. Hi, Rich. Let me grab another little 2-minute video clip. So it's starting to record a recording a little. Yes, I was telling everybody that the red spot is now basically rolled off the limb. It was almost central meridian, about 8 o'clock central, but it's decided to roll off. So Jupiter rose. Yeah, Jupiter rose just about at sunset. Sunset was at 7:42, and Jupiter rise was 7:33. So about 9 minutes apart. Saturn doesn't rise until almost midnight. Well, 11:23. It was beautifully clear today. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. That's at 300. That's 200x in the so where is, like I said, right now sharpness is at 244. Let me go to 0 and raise it up to about 125. Yeah, I don't have a headphone on. I've just got using the mic on my webcam. So where are the other moons? Io is pretty close. I increase the exposure. Right now I'm at 158 milliseconds. Okay, there's Io and Europa. Io is closest, then Europa towards the lower left. I'm just mixing gain, boost the gain a little bit, lower the exposure a little bit. Brightness a little. Gamma. And sharpness. I'm going to go up to 250. I have a screen capture video running that I'm going to post later. And I'm periodically grabbing little 2-minute AVI files. Like I'm going to go snap another one now. I'm going to go up here and hit record. Oop, I was grabbing a record. That was like a 5-minute video I just grabbed. I didn't realize that. I had not set the parameters, options, preferences, record. Time limit 60 seconds, apply, okay. And now I can hit record. It'll record a 60-second video. I've been using Auto Stackert. I've been using Registacks. A lot of times I'll run it through Auto Stackert first and then take the processed file and run it through wavelets in Registack, because Auto Stackert doesn't have wavelets. And this doesn't look bad. I might try changing. How you doing, Lightform? Oh, Rich, I love it. Visually, I've never seen better images of the moon with scope than with this one. The optics are really sharp. All of a sudden, the image got a little soft. Let me see what's... There is a telephone pole in that general direction. I might be skimming across the top of it. I'm going to change cameras to a different one right now. Let me see, I'm missing the conversation. Let me see, I'm going to freeze an image or capture an image and leave that up while I change cameras. And hopefully the focal point won't be that far off. Let me see, changing cameras. I need a nose piece for this. Okay. Now. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, let me focus. Okay, now different camera. So I can turn it, orient. Okay. Okay, where's my mount control? Let's see, is north, north? Okay. So let me sync on Jupiter.
Telescope synced.
I'm now synced on Jupiter. So now let's see if I can change some parameters. This is the Skyrider DS2.3. It's 2.3 megapixel, but it has a smaller sensor than the DS2.3 PLUS. Let's see, where is the sharpness? Put it about halfway. And then let me start tweaking. Histogram. Now go back to defaults. Let me do a color balance. Didn't like that. Let me change the exposure time. I'm going to change the gain a little bit. I'm glad you could stop by, Matt. Trying to find a happy medium with let me try tweak and focus a little bit better. Because of the smaller sensor, I may not need. It says it Skyraider DS2.3. This is a not the 2.3 plus. This is a 2.3. It's got the same megapixel, 2.3 megapixel, but it has a smaller sensor because the pixels are smaller. This is one that Rock is thinking about introducing for a solar lunar planetary. Let's see what I can do. Exposure. So bump the gain up and reduce the exposure. What happens? Okay. The exposure at 125. And then pump the, okay. Manually adjust the red, green, and blue. And this is with a 3x Barlow in, so I'm running at F24. Let's see, saturation. Let's see. Let me go to ROI. I'm going to try the ROI. ROI. Region of interest. Pretty high power. And go back to defaults. See, it's 74 degrees, 67% humidity, and it's almost 11 p.m. Central. That's not a bad view. I'm going to try changing. Let me take the Barlow out first. So I'm going to grab a video, an image. Snap. I'm going to leave that up. This was earlier. That was with the DS2.3. This is with the DS2.3 PLUS. DS2.3. You can see that higher magnification because of the smaller sensor. I'm going to go ahead and pull the Barlow out and see what happens. So, let me see if I have to go in. Okay. Okay, let me go to a shorter exposure or lower the gain. Let me lower the gain. And there it is. So that's the view without a Barlow. That's the DS2.3 at f8. Let's see if I can tweak this any better. What's my gain level? I mean the sharpness level. Sharpness is about halfway. That's a rolling stack now of average stack of 5. I'm averaging 5 images. Okay, let's go and change the gamma. Whoa, I really. Yeah, good night, Rich. I'm just messing around to see what I can pull out. I pulled the gamma too high. Leave the contrast high. Reduce the brightness. See how Jupiter's doing inside the dome. Oh. Not bad. Where is the histogram? Histogram. $50, maybe 200. Okay, let's see now. What else can I adjust? Yeah, contrast is still max. I'm going to grab an image of this, snap it, and let me change cameras again. Another different camera. Okay. Turn that off. Where's the cable? Okay. Okay, plug that in. Okay, different camera. Let's see what this one shows. Okay, let's go to that and close that camera and start that one. And let me refocus. go in. I'm moving right at the limit of focus. I'm bottoming out the focuser. Son of a gun. Let me change. Take out the extension tube, the 3.5 inch, and put in the 2. Okay. Won't take long. I'll be right back. I just connected the USB cable. I'm back. Okay. Close out. Close. And now I gotta go in. Okay, where is it? How about out? Son of a gun. It's right at. I need about a 2-inch extension tube. Son of a gun. 3-inch, 3.5 is too much. And 2 inches not enough. I am right near. Right on the verge of having the right focus point. Let's see. I go in. No, out. That makes no sense. I'm going in now. Going out. Going out, and I run out of focus. So I'm going to rack the focuser a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I got to go in here. Okay, I think I got it now. Okay. Okay, let me get it centered. Okay. This is the view with the little AG 1.2C, the little auto guiding camera. Little $250 camera. Let's see, let me do a white balance. I don't like that white balance. We'll try a white balance on the target and see if it makes a difference. Not really. Okay, color adjustments. Well, let me change the exposure a little. Increase the saturation. Reduce the brightness. And I took the Barlow out. Atmosphere is still not perfect, but it's the best it's been in a long time. Where's the sharpness? Sharpness about halfway. Nah, not so much for the negative view. Histogram. Histogram. What else can I play with? And it's a much smaller image because the sensor is much smaller. Well, I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night, guys. Light forum, Dennis and guest. Maybe tomorrow night, if it's clear, I'll try some more deep sky. But I wanted to look at Jupiter because I haven't looked at it yet this year. This is the first time. Glad you could stop by, and see you next time. Good night for now.